Welcome to our slow flow class, where we focus on opening through the hips and the heart center. For our final resting pose, you will need a bolster or a thick padded blanket. So place that at the end back of your mat now, and we can get started whenever you're ready. We begin today standing in mountain pose at the top of the mat. Grounding down through the feet. Inhale, raise the arms in about a 45-degree angle. Palms face out, spread wide through the fingers. Keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. Already feeling the expansion in the chest as we lift the heart up. Garnering in self-love and compassion. Maybe close the eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize all of the love that you receive and give. Exhale to cross the left leg over, grasping the wrist and side bending, opening up through the right side. Breathing into the ribs. Taking your gaze down at the floor, or maybe up at the ceiling, wherever feels natural. Exhale to release back into our mountain pose, 45-degree angle, big breath. And gently cross the right leg over to side stretch the other way. Feeling nice and long and tall. Grounding down through the feet as we find length in the body. One more big breath, and then exhale to uncross the legs, interlacing the fingers, leaving the pointer finger out. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, send the pelvis forward, taking a slight back bend. One more breath here. And then exhale to gently release, stepping the right leg to the back of the mat, toes point out. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, sink into goddess pose. Squeezing the glutes together, sending the hips down towards the mat. Connecting to your inner power. Maybe taking the hands to heart center. Breathing nice and even as we hold this posture for a few more breaths. Maybe sinking a little bit lower. Gently release the hands to the knees and take the left shoulder in towards the middle as we gaze behind us, finding a nice, beautiful twist. Still grounding through the feet, using the opposition of the hands on the knees to help you twist back and wring out the spine. We're here for a few more breaths, but if you need to come out, if it's a little too intense, we can always come back to neutral spine. Exhale to release and switch sides, gazing over the left shoulder. As we continue to breathe, we try to see where we can find the balance between effort and ease, the strength that this pose requires, but also releasing where we're holding extra tension. Breathing evenly in through the nose and out through the nose. Gently coming back to center. Inhale to release, straightening the legs. And exhale to step forward up to the front of the mat, interlacing the fingers once again and taking a slight back bend. One breath. Then releasing back, raining the fingertips down, melting the heart forward as it melts towards the legs. Step the feet back, coming into a modified downward facing dog. Bending the knees, we're up on the balls of the feet, sending the chest towards the legs, really opening up through the shoulders as we press through the palms. Focusing more on opening through the back and the chest than the legs. Find one more breath here before gently dropping onto the knees to extend this modification. Just like puppy pose, we're reaching the hands out and melting the heart down. We can keep the toes tucked or untucked, whichever feels best to you. Taking nice, deep breaths, just noticing how this feels in our bodies. On your next exhale, press through the hands to lift the chest, turning to the side of the mat. Extend the left leg long, our heel is in line with the knee. Inhale, lift the hands about shoulder height. Keeping the chest low, we melt down. Finding the angle of our legs that feels the best. Maybe we take the right knee out a little bit more and send the hips back towards the heel. Opening up through the inner groins as well as the chest. Feeling compassion and love in our heart center as we soar like a bird, spreading our wings behind us. Inhale to lift the chest, planting the right hand and reaching the left overhead. Finding a nice long line from the fingertips all the way down the body towards the edge of the foot. Keeping the chest spiraled open, gazing at the ceiling. Exhale to sweep the left arm around, planting it, coming onto the knees for our modified downward facing dog towards the back of the mat. Taking your time to find what position feels best to you. And if we would rather melt down into puppy pose, that's always an option as well. Making this practice your own, following your heart. Breathing deeply in whatever position you choose. Exhale to press through the palms, lifting the chest, turning to the side of the mat and extending the other leg. Inhale, lift the hands off the mat, reaching them behind. Spreading your wings to fly in this Bennu bird pose. Feeling this deep stretch as we strengthen through the glutes and the back. Enjoying the sense of freedom this pose brings, this huge full body expansion. Thinking of endless possibilities that await you, diving towards them. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, plant the left hand, reaching the right overhead. finding joy in this practice. Gratitude lives in your heart always. We just have to bring our awareness and our attention to it. Exhale, sweep the right arm around, planting it at the front of the mat, making our way to the middle of the mat into quarter dog pose. Planting the left forearm, the hand comes underneath the right elbow or right upper bicep as we melt down, placing the forehead on top of the forearm, allowing this expansion. The chest melts toward the legs, and we breathe, surrendering here for about 4 more breaths, taking notice of the extension and length in the spine as we reach the hips up and the head down. Lifting the chest on your next inhale, reaching the left hand towards the front of the mat. The right arm sweeps up overhead as the knees widen to find a deep twist. We can keep the arm extended up towards the sky, or we can reach it behind the back, trying to find the opposite thigh if we want a deeper sensation. Listening to your body. Remembering if we can't breathe easy, we have gone a little bit too far, and we can always come back. Exhale to gently release wherever you are. Switching sides, bringing the knees back underneath the hips, and planting the right forearm down as we reach the left fingertips out long. Taking this pose to connect back to our breath and find stillness, enjoying the silence, quieting the mind. Inhale to lift up, finding our twist, sweeping the left arm up high. Taking the same variation as the other side, grounding down through the right hand and the tops of the feet. As we're low to the earth, we feel connected and grounded. Connected to ourselves, connected to everything around us. One more deep breath, and then we can gently release, planting the left hand, sending the hips back, sinking into wide child's pose. Taking this next minute of our practice to melt down, letting the arms become heavy, sending the hips back, feeling the stretch in the inner groins. Mentally letting go of anything that is no longer serving you. Any past hurts or tribulations, they're in the past, and we are now in the present moment, looking forward to all that the future will bring us. Feeling your breath as it nourishes your body. And on your next exhale, gently press through the hands to lift the chest, taking the knees underneath the hips and taking the left leg, crossing it in front of the right, making our way into deer pose, swinging the right leg behind. Twisting over this left leg, finding what angles feel the best to you, making any minor adjustments along the way. Sitting up nice and tall, sending the pelvis down into the mat, really feeling this right hip flexor as we reach up through the crown of the head. We're here for another few breaths, so make sure you're completely comfortable in your position. Beautiful. We can begin to gently make our way into pigeon pose, extending the right leg behind. At first, lifting up with the chest, steepling the fingertips on the mat to press the chest up even more, lifting our heart center, opening it up. Breathing into the hips, allowing them to gently open with every single breath. And if we like, we can gently release the hands, maybe taking them to heart center. Breathing in love and breathing out love. Maybe we come down onto the forearms or into sleeping pigeon, opening up more through the glutes and the hips. Sending love to your body with every breath. This body that takes you places. This body that allows for movement. This body that is a beautiful self-healing machine that we love and respect. And whenever you're ready, we can gently come out and press the chest up, switching sides for deer pose. Our right leg is bent now in front, making our adjustments. May feel a little different on this side, or we may need to place our legs at different angles, remembering that our body is unique and this pose will not look the same on everyone. So attaching no judgment to what feels the best for you. This is your safe space. Feeling the hips open as we begin to balance out both sides. and extending the left leg behind, making our way into half pigeon pose. Taking this first part of the posture to reach the chest up, lifting through the crown of the head, giving our body a chance to open up before we deepen. Reminding ourselves that it's okay to go slow. And then maybe releasing into a different variation of your choosing. Whatever is calling to you. Taking this time to practice listening to your intuition. Letting go of any negative thoughts that may arise. Noticing them, observing them, thanking them for their part in our journey, but letting them go when we're ready and making room for all of the positivity. Gently coming out of our pigeon pose, swinging both legs over to the left side, sitting up and twisting to the right. Gazing wherever feels the best and most comfortable. Not forcing anything here, just a gentle little twist, the last one of this class today. Exhale to gently come onto the seat and swing the legs to the other side. Finding our twist to the left. As we sit like a mermaid on a rock. Our tail tucked underneath us. Taking one more breath, and then exhale to return back to center, coming into bound angle, sending the soles of the feet together, knees out and down, lifting up tall and folding forward. Feeling nice and open in the hips now. Maybe coming back to any emotions we've released throughout this practice. Or maybe just enjoying this stretch. Inhale to lift the chest, releasing the hands behind the bum, sending the feet out a little bit more, opening up wide, and reaching the chest up towards the sky. Pressing through the hands, stretching through the fronts of the shoulders. Breathing nice and deep. Enjoying this big chest opener for a few more breaths. Before gently pressing up, back through bound angle, and threading the arms underneath the knees, trying to reach around for the feet, and just gently letting the head fall down towards the feet. Our back is rounded. Our head may reach, and it may not. We're just surrendering here for our last hip opener. If this is too intense, we can always unwind and come back up to bound angle, making sure to listen to your own body. Breathing deeply wherever we're at, 1 or 2 more breaths. And if we were in our bind, we can gently release, lifting the head, coming back up, finding our bolster or our blanket, placing it at the back of the mat, and coming into staff pose with the bolster behind us. Taking a moment here to reach up through the crown of the head, sending energy out through the heels, feeling the warmth radiate all up and down. And whenever you're ready, we can gently roll onto the back for supported fish pose, placing our prop underneath the upper back, letting our head drop back towards the mat and our arms lie by the sides. Holding here for the last few minutes of our practice. And I will read you a few heart-opening affirmations to end this class. I will give my love freely and accept it openly. I lovingly nurture my mind, body, and spirit. I am a being of love and compassion. My heart is open, loving, and pure. My heart space radiates powerful green light. I nurture my inner child with love and support. I direct love and light towards myself. And now I invite you to remain in this position, focusing on your breath for the last minute of our class today. Practicing sitting with ourselves in stillness. Stay here as long as feels necessary, but this is where I leave you. Namaste, my friend.